We now return to our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
So, and let's get into the album.
Yeah.
As a producer and as someone who wants to make their next beat better than the last every time,
whether it's for me or
how
any artist.
how do you decide and accept to make an album that someone else is going to produce entirely?
Right.
You never had. It doesn't cause an internal conflict for you.
Well, as far as like if I'm gonna get beats from one,
Right.
like and get actually,
Like you have to. Do you have to tell yourself, I'm gonna get all these beats from one?
nah, because
and I'm
what's
just gonna rap
crazy
on it?
this is the crazy part. I write 10 times faster to his beats or my guy Hellfire, like any other producer that sends me fire. For some reason, I could just write like, yo, fam, it's so crazy. Like my writing.
Is it because you didn't produce it? So
Right.
now, as the
Maybe,
like,
maybe.
does your producer brain and your rapper brain?
Maybe because I mean,
conflicted,
but I'm,
right?
but it goes back to
different
kind of
sides.
what I said, cause like if our producer joint, my mind is kind of blank. I'm not thinking as an artist. It's after I make the beat that I be like, oh, I think I'm keeping this. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like somebody sent me my own beat.
So now, when you
You know
make
what
a
I'm
beat
saying?
and
Like,
you
word up,
decide
like,
you're
it's
keeping
crazy.
it, do you ever, like when you're in writing mode, do you ever go back into the beat? Do you hear something like, oh shit, let me go back into this beat and maybe change something?
Nah, when I'm finished, fam. Like I'm gonna keep it a million with you,
No,
and
no,
I'm gonna tell you why, bro. Cause the Dr. Dre's, I call it the Dr. Dre detox syndrome. Especially when you have your own studio.
Right.
So now I could go back into I could go in there
Easily touch
and-
anything up, yeah.
Fam, I
Right.
could spend a whole month on one song.
right.
Or just one beat. Let's say I'm not even rapping to the song, you know what I'm saying? Just the beat. So it gets to a point that when I'm making the beat, I gotta tell myself,
That's enough.
all right, that's enough, fam. Because you're
Yeah.
gonna overproduce it. It's almost like cooking.
Exactly.
I think back to Abuela, my moms and my pops. Rest in peace.
You can overcook
Like,
a steak.
when they cooking.
Exactly.
You gotta be official with the season. Your hand gotta be on point. Yo, my pops straight up, he would tell you like you would think your food is crazy, and he'd be like,
Nah, this ain't hitting right.
Tiene demasiado sal.
Yeah.
Like he'll say like, yo, it's too much salt. Like he'll point that joint out, and then you take another bite and you be like, yo, he's right. Like this joint is a little too salty. You know what I'm saying? And but that's what it is with the beats too. So it's like, I might, and I'm gonna keep it 100. This is how I know I've added too much. When you get to that last sound, and it don't like, it's like, all right, nah,
It's
this
clashing.
It's
Yeah,
clashing. It's too
yeah,
much,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is too much, fam. Like, all right, nah,
What you
I'm
doing?
taking this off. Yeah.
And then
I'm
you
taking
and
this
then
off.
you even start to question yourself before that. You'll be like, all right, how many mistakes did I make before that? How
Yeah,
much
like
bullshit did I add that I didn't
it's
have
just
to
like
add?
it's
'Cause I know
like
I've done that.
I try to like maybe not, it's like subconsciously I'm not really thinking about it, but almost like the way I approach writing, I'm trying to, every sound that I add is trying to be precisely added, basically like a bar, like you know what I'm saying. You don't want to just add a bunch of filler. You want that bar to be like, so you know, you kind of think about it a little bit, you know what I'm saying. So it's like with the sound too, it's like I add the sound, listen to it, and be like, yeah, that's it. You know
Do
what
the
I'm saying?
same rules apply as a rapper? So do you ever write a song, finish it, and then maybe go back in and change a bar or change a verse?
I'm gonna keep it 100 when it comes. It's almost the same thing with the beats too. It's like when I write a verse, it's done. Like I could go back, but that's the whole point of me I mean, shout out to the artists that don't write or you can write a verse in 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Like that's cool. That's what's up. Like I actually appreciate shit like that. But me personally, I like to take my not time, fucking 2 days, 3 days. But if I'm in the studio and I'm writing, then I'm gonna just take a little time to think out the bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, cause who I'm in a rush for. That's the whole point of staying consistent and making music. Is like I got this project that's out right now, so now I'm going to the studio and try to think out these bars a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Cause I've actually had that feeling before on certain verses that I didn't put out. that I'm like, I'll rehearse it to myself and be like, and there ended up being a different verse that I ended up putting out because it's like, yo, yeah, I could have, and it was one of those verses that I just wrote it out and didn't really think about it. It was just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was a lot of dope lines, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But when I really spit it to myself, it's like, yeah, I could use this line, I could use that line, I could use that line. So when that happens to me personally, I can't speak for other artists. Now when I go to write the next verse, it's almost like I touched the stove and got burnt. So now I don't want to touch the stove again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think about it a little bit more, like so I won't have to go back, because it's like, yo, I'm on my Pac shit. Like, I don't know if y'all ever saw that video of Pac in the studio where he was like, yo, we just record, man. Like, just make these songs. Engineer like later. All that other shit, you do your part. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm doing my songs, I try to get on that. And then if I listen to the song and it's not worthy, it just will never come out. You know what I'm saying? But I try not to waste joints like that. You know what I'm saying?
You listen to a song and it's not worthy and you decide it will never come out, do you delete it or do you stash it?
It's deleted. Yeah. It doesn't make no sense.
Oh, wow.
It makes no sense to keep it, fam.
Beat
like,
and all?
No, just a song. Just a song. Because the beat may actually, it may hit somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, yo, what I don't like, somebody else might like. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
you get
like,
rid of
nah,
the song,
yeah, I
you
just get rid of the song or whatever, like the session,
right,
or whatever, like
just keep the beat.
And that rarely happens. So you know, just to put that out there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't just fucking recording mad whack songs and then deleting them. Like, it rarely ever happens. And even the song might be fire. It's just like, I got 12 songs. I'm only gonna do 7 on the project or something. So I might use some of those songs for the next project, or it's just like it just didn't make the cut. It just didn't make the cut.
How
like,
many
these songs better?
Did you record for this project?
7. It was 7.
It was,
that's
released.
Y'all put out 7.
That's it.
Yeah.
We don't. I'm telling you,
that's
we
all
not
you recorded.
Yeah, I'm not playing games, fam. I'm not playing games, fam.
It was a different process. Like, when he heard the joints, he knew exactly which beats he wanted.
Yeah,
like
yeah, I wasn't surprised by the beats.
It was really themed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did a really good job of like picking out a nice, like,
appreciate that, bro.
fill of beats that all fit that same vibe.
Yeah, because I wasn't surprised by, like, kind of like with the project I did with Hellfire. I was surprised by the beats. Like, when because, you know, he sent them to me from where he's at in Jersey, and I would hear them for the first time. As with one, he's in the studio with me just playing beats.
Ask that.
So it's like, I'm picking the beats. It's not like with Hellfire, he picked the beats for me. Like, you know, he picked the beats and sent the beats he felt. You know what I'm saying? With one, we was just sitting in the studio vibing,
smoking,
and he was
joints.
like we always do. So he was just running through joints, and I'd be like, that one, oh, that joint right there, put that one to the side. You know what I'm saying? And then
these were joints that were already made.
Yeah, I think the only ones that were which one I whipped up? The one with Yobi, and that
Transition from the streets,
Transition
baby.
from the streets, and
Video coming soon. Shout out my man Diego.
Shout out to Diego.
Shout out Yobi too, yo.
Yeah,
Shout out to Yobi. She's dope.
Word up.
amazing.
Shout out to the
Yes.
homegirl Yogi. Word up.
Like, Hand of God was done already?
Hand of God.
What, the beat?
The beat.
Yeah.
Which was the last 2 I sent you? Hold on.
The Hand of
Let me
God
see the,
was
the track
no.
list.
Oracle's Vision is the last song on the
Vision's the
pro.
last.
What's the song before last?
Non-fiction.
Non-fiction,
non-fiction,
and
Oracle's
Transition
Vision,
from the Streets were
are
the last two
songs.
the last two
Yeah.
beats that he got, and those were the last 2 that I made.
Hand
I
of
made those
God.
specifically for the project.
Hand of God might have been the second song I recorded to it. The first song I recorded for the project was Hood PTSD. That was the joint. That's the joint that set up the album. Appreciate that, my guy.
That's my favorite joint.
Yeah, that was the first song, and then Hand of God was the second song I recorded, and then Leonidas, and then
Leonidas is one of my favorites.
I like
That shit hard too.
well, I like all the songs, but I like how
Leonidas
one
is like Leonidas. I
two-
love that joint.
like
Set
one.
the tone.
I feel like Hand of God.
Yeah,
you would have
that's
told me.
me.
Yeah, I made that beat specifically after we discussed the
Yeah,
concept of the
yeah,
album and the
yeah,
theme
right,
and how we
right,
wanted
right,
it
right.
to sound.
That's why
I'd
it's
be
so
like,
perfect for
yeah,
me.
exactly.
Yeah,
That makes
nah, that's
sense
why I was
'cause
like,
it
oh,
fits,
that's
it's so perfect.
that's why I say the beats called me as he was playing it, because you know, like me and him vibe out to 5, 6 in the morning. We make beats, all types of shit.
Nice.
But when he started playing the joints, he played a bunch of joints, but it's like, all right, that's fire. But then it's like the beat come out the speaker and grab you, like it touch you.
No,
like,
yeah. Trust me, it did that to
that's
me
it.
because
That's it. Yeah.
you left me hanging. I was like, "Where's the second verse, fam?" I was waiting for. I was like,
for Leonidas.
No, Hand of God.
For Hand of God. Yeah, for Hand of God. Yeah, that's a one verse.
That's my favorite.
That's the
besides-
intro.
I mean,
That's-
that's my favorite track.
That's
on the
why I
album.
did that.
That's fine.
That's why I did that. Make you rewind it.
It worked.
Word up.
More
Make you
streams.
rewind it.
It worked.
Yeah, make you rewind it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like sometimes you write a verse, right? Like for instance, with Transitions to the Street, you write a verse, right? And it's like, how am I gonna come after this verse right here? Like,
To me, that was
man.
epic. That track was
Like,
epic.
and I don't try to toot my horn because I'm very humble with it. Like, I appreciate when people tell me shit like that
That's my
because it
favorite
makes
track
me,
on the album.
you know,
That's-
it makes me feel good as an MC. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like a graffiti art or a graph joint, and people come and tell you, "Yo, I saw your piece. That shit is fire."
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I feel good about that. But like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just something about that. Like, it's hard to explain. You know what I'm saying? It's just
They
you get-
transitioned well together.
yeah,
right?
like
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
word
Like,
up,
perfect,
like
like,
yeah,
you're not
perfect.
gonna-
That's the
yeah.
perfect explanation. The transition, like you know what I'm saying, is
When was the
I
album
thought the
born?
So we first discussed doing the album sometime last year.
Yeah, we talked about it.
yes.
When
Yeah.
y'all were here
Around
last
the
time.
time-
we
when
were
he
here
was here
before
last
he
time.
Yes,
dropped
around
it.
the
Yeah,
time
we
we,
had just started to.
we had just started like
I
kind of
think
mapping
we had
it out.
2 joints down at the time.
Yeah, because I was working on By Any Means
By
at
Any
the time.
Means, yes.
I was about to drop By Any Means.
Yeah.
So
You were here in January. And you
Yeah.
were talking about
We
we,
saw
had,
him out-
we had
yes.
discussed it, but
Yeah.
when did you guys?
Start working
When
on
was
it.
the concept born? That y'all was saying
Well,
there, you were like,
for the
"Aight,
title?
we're gonna
Okay.
make this album."
So we
Well,
were
for the
already
No,
making
not the title, not the title.
for
not
the
yet.
album, yeah,
Just
Well,
the album that you said, "All right,
because
let's do a collab album."
when I was working on Perilous, actually,
Yeah, with Hellfire.
when I was working on Perilous and finishing up the album,
That's the Red
Um,
album, right?
yes.
that's the joint
yes.
with the like yeah, pinkish red album. When I was working on that album and finishing it up, I came through to the studio like he do or whatever, and I was like, yo, bro, we gotta work on the project now. Like we should have been worked on the project, but I was like, yo, like we gotta get something popping. So the plan was to put that out after Perilous.
Right.
But we only had the Hood PTSD.
We
and I
had 2
think,
joints, and you had the other album that you.
I mean, yeah, I
that you
had
was
no,
working
but
on.
actually, I had the first 2 joints, but we hadn't picked out
We
some
didn't
of the
have-
other beats yet.
And we didn't have a concept. We didn't have
yeah, we didn't have a
direction or
concept
title
or
at the
nothing.
time.
Yeah,
And
it
you
was
were
just,
both working on other things.
no, actually,
well,
no.
you were working on
Not
just-
by any means. That's what I was gonna say. By any means came about by us not having the full scope of the album yet, and I didn't want to just like rush a project out.
Right.
Right.
So it was like, all right, why
I'll
we
do this then.
We'll start working on that, and as we get the beats, I got these because I'm always working on beats, and like my pen, like you know what I'm saying, like I was trying to keep my pen in the zone, so it was almost like, excuse me, it was almost like, all right, let me stay in that zone of writing, and you know what I'm saying, while we formulate the plan for our project, because like I said, we didn't have a concept, we didn't have a joint, because all I had was the Hood PTSD joint. Technically, that's not really a joint like that. I mean, it's just one of my favorite songs, but that's not really like a concept driven for the project. Like, you know what I'm saying?
If any of the
Yeah.
songs, now I don't want to say
Just-
don't belong,
Yeah.
but like kind of stand out as
Yeah,
almost
stand out
yeah.
like
Yeah.
different
that's
from the
the
joint.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's a
yeah.
little
You know what I'm
different.
saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, that's not going to be the concept for the project, because I got a project right now that like, because I started working on By Any Means now. Like, you know what I'm saying? By the time I had recorded that song, like I was already like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start working on this joint. So I was already like 2 or 3 songs, and I knew where I was going with that project already. Like I had the name for it already. I knew where I was going with the songs. Like I was gonna be more on my, you know, my street shit, explaining,
Yeah.
I don't know, the title of the album or whatever. So it was like, all right, that's where I'm going with that. And then as I got to like the end of By Any Means, that's when he came through again, and we like I picked out the rest of the beats. I was like, all right, yeah, these are the ones.
Yeah, because
Did you know it was gonna be 7?
Actually, I said I was gonna do
think
like
that's the number we pushed for.
Yeah, I think I'm almost sure. I want to say like you know.
Yeah,
because
at one point we had 6, and then we were pushing for one more.
Yeah,
So the last one they got recorded.
Because I said I want to
joint.
I want to start doing more extra jobs. I kind of mentioned that to y'all in the last podcast. I want to start doing more songs. You know what I'm saying? Because the first projects were 5 songs or whatever. So it's like as I start putting more music out, I'll start putting 7, 8. By any means was 8 joints.
Right. Yeah, it was 8. Yeah.
So yeah, like we stopped at 7 because it was like, yo, damn, this shit, it just felt good.
You didn't want to add anything.
Yeah, I mean, like
you didn't want to overdo it.
You don't want to overproduce
good.
it, and at the same time, it was like he was wrapping up by any means, and I was still working on the project with Carter.
Yeah,
so it's like between like working on the project with Carter and then working on him, I was just like. On overdrive, just putting out content because it was like if it wasn't going to him, it was going to. That's good though, nigga. Get on your job. Nah, these niggas, they had me working, bro. And like, yo, and Crisis is one of those dudes, bro. Yo, like he'll be like, yo, bro. That's good. You got them joints. This nigga, like, he be on my ass, yo. Like,
since you mentioned that,
I'm gonna look dead at you too, fam. I'm on him, fam.
Nah, he really do though, yo.
Pause. Like,
but
I'm
I
on
fuck with it
ass,
because yo,
fam.
I love it, yo. Because I be telling people,
fam.
I'm like, yo, get like, if you feel like I'm not moving fast enough, let me know because
I'm on him.
I'm doing a lot of shit.
You know what it is? Because I'm on myself.
Prioritize, like,
I get up every day. I hit the lab every day. I'm in there every day, 8, 10, 12 hours sometimes. So I'm beast moding. So if we gonna do something together, fam, and I warned him too. I told him in the beginning, like, but he know already too. But I told just to let him know, like, yo, bro, just so you know, I'm gonna be on your ass, bro. So just get prepared. Be ready.
So
you know
that was gonna
saying?
be my next thing. That's obviously where the title of the album came from. Correct?
No, actually,
because you just went to gladiator school.
Nah, well,
from what it sounds like, dealing with this fucking guy.
Yeah, listen,
fam,
it kind of was.
Fam, you come to Viewside Chamber.
He was Leonidas and I was the wolf.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, work, nigga, work.
That's what I'm saying.
You come to the Viewside Chamber. Everybody know I'm like Phil Jack in there. Like I'm not playing. Fam.
Nah, like that's one thing I admire about Crisis. Like his studio was like don't come here to play. I don't fuck around. Like
we
can smoke all night and all that, but we gotta work. We gotta work. We gotta work, fam. Like we gotta get something done.
So
exactly, like, I don't play
where
games.
did the title come from?
The title came from.
This is a dope title, by the way.
From Leonidas.
A lot of people don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah.
From the song Leonidas. Yeah. That's where the title came from. Because Leonidas, obviously, like I said, wasn't the first song. That was like the 3rd or 4th song. But after her PTSD, it started taking on that vibe, that where the album comes from. It was taking on that vibe, like the Oracle. Well, even though Oracle Vision was the last song, but like it was taking on that it had that vibe. And then when I heard the beat for Leonidas, it took me there, like that, like it just. Product of my environment, drug deals, like it just took me to that, like, you know what I'm saying? So after the song and I did the hook, like Young Leonidas, trained by the riders, and it was just like, this is gonna be the name. Like I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use something from that movie because it's giving me that vibe, like, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, like anybody else, when you do your research and your homework, you go home and you read about it or research YouTube, whatever. What I did was I slapped on the movie. You know what I'm saying? Roll a blunt, sit at home, watch the movie, and as soon I didn't even get to the end of the movie.
Yeah,
because that's in the beginning
scene. About 10 minutes in.
Yeah, that's
exactly right.
Bro, that shit. I mean, I've seen 300 plenty of times before, but. Now, when you in that mode, in that zone, and thinking about shit, it like literally, I mean, it could have just punched me in the face from out the TV. As soon as that part started, I was like, that's me, that's Soundview, that's the Bronx.
Yeah.
That's a concept for what I went through, basically.
And what you put this guy through.
That too, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, because that's Agoge. He explains it in the part, like when he's narrating. Basically, like it's called the Agoge. They had to go through, you know what I'm saying, all that shit he went through when he was fighting the wolf,
physical
all
training,
that to see if he worthy. Basically, they start the scene off. The dude is holding the baby. Like if the baby's not good enough, if he's not healthy, they're gonna throw him, and you see all the skulls. You know what I'm saying?
Of the discarded
babies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
we need to bring that back.
What are you talking about?
This nigga's out of his fucking mind.
For rappers. I
fucking can't.
So he's talking about throwing babies off a cliff.
This guy is the Agoge.
No.
We're gonna call you the Agoge master.
Yo,
for rappers, if you're not up to par as a rapper, you gotta get thrown off the cliff.
Yeah. Nah, real talk, fam. Like. But it just goes to, like that's like that song just it almost like hugged the rest of the songs and brought them in together. Like,
no, and I mean that we need to bring that back because
that's what I was gonna say. The project is very uniform, and I think the sequencing of it was perfect.
Yeah,
like,
that's one thing.
You know,
everything went perfect together, meshed perfect together.
Yeah,
Go ahead. I'm
just
sorry,
like
brother.
V.S. said about Hand of God. Yo, that song slaps you in the face. It's literally like the Hand of God, and it's like it's the perfect intro.
Yeah, I like to give my songs titles like that too. I like to give my songs titles like that stick out, and then when you hear the song, it makes the title stick to the song a little more. You know what I'm saying? So and like I said, the beats guided me through the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I do. I let the beat bring out the raps. Like I don't try to like bully the beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna throw these raps over this beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the beat. I hear the beat and it tells me what to say. Almost like, yeah, go here, like go there. So
I think that was a perfect intro to the album.
Yeah.
The beat, the build of the beat, the way it starts.
And then
I didn't think it was gonna have drums. I thought the whole. I thought you were gonna rhyme over the sample, and I think it snaps or claps. There's a slight snare in there before the drum hits.
It starts. The clap
I thought that was the
starts.
whole beat.
That was going like with the Griselda wave. Like,
this is gonna get crazy.
Which would have been fine.
Which is why I chose
But I
that.
wait for the drop.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, me too. I was waiting for it.
I was waiting for it, but when it didn't come in when I thought, I was like, oh shit, maybe he's not gonna have no drums.
Yeah, because it didn't start with a kick. It started with a snare.
That was the thing.
That's what made it so perfect to set the album off, because
it didn't come in where we all thought it was going to come in.
But that's what made it such a perfect intro for the album.
Yeah,
absolutely agree.
Thank you. Shout out to One again, because he gave me the idea to use, like, because I do that a lot. I use skits, like, you know, the movie skits and shit. I love that shit. So it's like, he told me, like, yo, you should use skits. And I was like, yo, you know what? I'm not going to use too many skits, but this skit right here,
it fit perfect.
It's
It
perfect.
Did. It really
it explains what needs to be explained,
and it ties the project
up perfect. And you don't need to hear no more skits as far as from the movie, because that sets it off. It says exactly like that's what I said. I could have not chosen.
And then the content, like,
and then the cherry on top was the artwork. That was
before the bars, because on that song, you say what I love. What I like. I like all the bars, but. What I liked was that you said getting so ratchet over this production from One. So that's letting me know, like, all right, the whole album is produced by One. He's about to get crazy on these fucking beats. He's about to get bucky.
Get your soul raptured over this production for One. Like, basically,
that's what I rewinded that shit like 5 times.
That's what I say.
What's the correct line?
Get your soul raptured over this production for One. Like, basically, I'll take your soul. I'll take your soul from you. You know what I'm saying?
Get so ratchet.
This guy's
working on One.
Get your soul.
No, I thought he was out there getting ready to murder.
Nah, get your soul. Well, technically, I'm saying that, but with over the beat, I'm gonna just black out and take your soul from you. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it means.
Well,
like,
he understood it right. He just didn't.
He just didn't hear the word.
Same message, just wrong.
Basically,
Get
your soul raptured over this production from One. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm basically saying, like, when you hear me rapping over, like, Like, I mean, you got to get crowned by your peers, but I feel like I'm getting towards that God level. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I think my shit like that. Like, I try to get intricate with my shit. So that's how I'm talking. I'm trying to talk on some godly shit on the verse, basically.
Both statements are true. You need to get crowned by your peers, but you should also have the belief within yourself.
Oh, yes. No, that's why I tell people all the time. Like, listen, man, I'm not going to stop giving myself my own roses and my own props and giving myself credit. Like, I'm humble with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not out here with my chest popped out. Yeah, I'm the nice nigga on the planet. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I do give myself roses because, like I said, I sit down and listen to my joints and get a bit of an out of body experience sometimes too when I listen to some of the verses, like the Hand to God verse. Like I listen to that verse sometimes, like damn, bro, I went crazy on that.
Yeah, you did.
I listened to that verse, like damn, God, I wish you would have dropped the second one.
Yeah, but that goes. But that's fire. Like because I went. That was one of those verses that I was like,
fire.
I got like, oh word, they not giving me my prop. Like I'm gonna go I'm gonna take it there. Like the word play, the flow, like you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna take it there because they gonna have to give me my props. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna take. Listen, I'm taking my props.
By the time those drums come in, you already snap.
Yeah, that's my thing. I try to snap by the fourth bar. I'm trying to have you like, okay, this nigga, he's not playing. Like he's saying something. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he's thinking about his lines. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so that's what I want people to feel when they hear my joints.
And truth be told, man, both your sounds, it sounds good. It sounds perfect together. It doesn't sound forced. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like
this is just one. I've known, bro, like one of 10 many plus years. That's why I was like, yo, fam, we gotta. Why don't we have a hope?
Easy, like you just said.
It was easy because you know, like at this point, you know, I already know the shit that he cooks up. He already knows what I cook up. So it's really just a matter of finding that middle ground where it's like me knowing exactly sonically what you're looking for.
That's why I like to go back to what you said before, like how did the project come about? It was basically me on my, I don't want to say bully shit, but it was just like on my brother's ass, B. This is my brother. Any of my brothers, Cortez, anybody, like anybody I deal with. Shout out to my dude Pete Powers, my dude Ray Noddy. Okay. Niggas might get mad at me sometimes. And I understand sometimes because I could probably be a pain in the ass. But fam, I'm trying to get the best out of y'all. Like, I'll literally be recording other dudes, like when I'm in engineer mode, and I got the headphones on. I've seen dudes in the studio recording dudes, they on their phone. They on their phone while they recording, and the dude got to tap on the booth or something, be like, yo, stop me or something like that. Like I'm literally listening to every word you saying, and hold up, yo, bro, I think you can say that better.
Yeah, that's producing.
Like
that's real engineering.
Like yo, bro, that line could be said crazier, yo. Like I know you could say that shit crazier, and then they say it crazier, and they be like, yo, damn, bro, good looking, and then. I've literally had artists tell me, yo, I go to another studio, bro, and I'm on beast mode because of you, bro. I'm not even thinking about hanging out. No, let's go. Yo, that song is recorded. All right, let's get to the next beat. Because that's how I do. Like, because I could take your money and just record one song, two songs in the 3-4 hours you record. But it's like, yo, how many joints you got, bro? Oh, you got 8 joints? Let's try to knock all 8 joints out right now. We'll go back to the joints after they record it. We just gonna make sure everything's recorded on point. Obviously, when we record them, no fuck ups, no, you know what I'm saying, nothing like that. But we gonna run through these joints. We're not gonna take too much time. Like we're gonna make sure the hooks is on point, word for word, the flows is on point while we're recording, and then once that song is finished, we're not gonna sit there listening to it or none of that. Nah, boom, we going to the next joint. And then after all the joints is recorded, then we sit down, we listen. So I kind of do that with when I record it.
No.
Once he gives me the beats, I sit down. A couple hours later, song's done. Now I'm getting myself ready, like loosening myself up.
That was the warm up.
Yeah, now I'm just loosening myself up because what I do is, rather than get thirsty and step right in the booth with the verse, I do the Jadakiss, the Styles, and them. Like I'll start rehearsing the verse to myself. playing with it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's not being arrogant. It's just confident. I'm confident in what I wrote down. So now it's just play with it. Get that shit on point. Get the flow on point. Because some of my flows be a little kind of fast. I'm one taking, just so everybody know this out there in the world. I don't do no punchings. I just don't like punch. Always.
One take.
One.
Okay.
He's my
Well, he's not saying he gets it on the first time every time.
Listen.
Yeah, he's just saying
But
that
he'll
he does
record
it
it
one
first.
take.
But don't get it twisted. I
fucking
get
with it.
one take. I get the one takes too. But like I said, I go in there and you know what I'm saying. I try to sometimes I might have the paper for reference or something because I might real quick forget the rap or a line really, like you know what I'm saying. But then I look at the line. All right, let's go back to the start. I don't want to punch in. I could have just bodied
that's what I mean.
I could have just bodied the first
One
8 bars.
continuous take, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could have
he'll do it
just
in one
bodied the
continuous
first
take,
8 bars, and I'm like, nah, we going back from the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just me, because I just feel...
It always sounds
It
better
sounds
when
better.
you spit it from
One
top to bottom.
One, it
that
sounds...
punching, you want like,
And
unless
that's
you
no
got a
knock to people who
fire-ass
punching, because
engineer,
there's dudes
you can
that...
tell.
Yeah, there's dude... I mean, I could do it. Don't get me wrong. I just, me personally, it's just a personal preference. You know what I'm saying? I just... Because you know what it does? It just makes you more better at the verse. I feel, just me personally.
I feel like punching in made people lazy, and it made people that can't rap artists.
Yeah,
right.
That too.
Because I've sat, I'm not even.
Yeah, because I
I've
feel,
sat in the
I
studio
feel like
with
the
artists
punching.
that can't rap, and
I
they
hate when I
rap
can
every
tell.
4 bars.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's what
And
I don't
you can
like.
have
I
a
don't like when you
dope-ass
hear the
engineer
punching.
that could,
Yeah, I don't like
could
that.
punch it in together and make it sound like yo.
Yeah, I feel like the punching should be used like if you really like the verse was so crazy and like you're at the end. And it's like
I feel like
I could just do this one line better, maybe. Then the punching comes into play. But a lot of people abuse the punching.
yeah.
Almost like, yo, I'm gonna do three, 4 verses or 3, 4 bars, then stop me. Then I'm gonna do the next 2, 3, 4 bars, then stop
and
me.
that shit is the
You
most
ain't gonna be
frustrating
able
shit
to.
to sit in the studio.
You're not gonna be able to do that on the stage, fam.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
No
It's
punching
what
in
I
life.
feel. So yeah, you're not gonna.
Or that.
Yeah,
Yo, but I
that
feel like that's
real
how
talk.
you get like those dip performances.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
so,
saying? Like
yeah.
people that rap like those 4-bar
Unprepared,
rappers
yeah.
that just come in the studio like
Yeah, but-
like little fragments of a verse and want to get in the booth.
But that's
like
how
wing
I
it.
attacked every verse basically on that album. Like I will write, rehearse the verse a few times to myself. This is how I do it, because I used to do this in school. I used to read my textbooks and try to rhyme everything in the textbooks. But then at the same time, when we used to have to copy stuff from the textbooks, what I would do is try to memorize as much as possible without looking back at the paper.
Right.
And then write as much as I can, and then I would look and be like, I didn't make one mistake. Like, and it's almost like a memory exercise.
It is.
So I do the same thing with my verses now. I rehearse it as much as I can without looking at the paper. And then if I fuck up, I look at the paper real quick, whatever. All right, boom. And then I'll do that multiple times until I feel comfortable now. I just spit the verse from bar 1 to bar 16 without messing up once. Didn't trip up, nothing. Boom, I'm perfect. Now I step in the booth and record. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I did that with that. I do that with all my projects, but like with that project, like I said, that's how I approached every song, because like I said, it was easy. I didn't have to make the beats. So word up.
Half the job is done.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like I just get to sit back and think of concepts, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it's like one concept, because the hood PTSD was done already. We knocked that out. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did that song at the time. I did that song actually before any song on By Any Means was done. So, like,
That fucking beat is crazy, by the
Yeah,
way. One.
Yeah, that came out right after Cortez project.
Yeah, exactly. Me and him did that at the time we did his project, the Resolutions.
Yeah, it was
So-
about the same time.
Cause he like, after we did the 2 songs, like the album was getting ready to get done and all that. He hit me up and was like, yo, bro, let's do something together. Like, let's get a joint. So I was like, perfect. I just got this joint from one literally like probably maybe a couple days before, and I zoned out on it. I did the first verse and the hook. So now I was like, all right, sometimes I do that. I might do the first verse. I might do the second verse. I might do both verses. But I might, you know what I'm saying, might not be finished. And I might come in the next day and do the second verse or whatever. So that's what I was going to do. And then he hit me and I was like, yo, you know what? This is perfect for you, my dude. Like, I just literally recorded this song like yesterday type shit. This is perfect. I'm going to send you this joint. Let me know what you think of it. He sent me joint back with his verse. Shit was crazy. I was like, yeah, this is perfect. I'm going to use this for the next project. I just, like I said, I didn't know the concept. I didn't know where I was going to go because sometimes that happens. Like, I like to start with a blank canvas.
Yeah, he did the first verse and hit me and it was like, yo, you know anybody that we could put on this joint? And I'm like, we'll probably, I'll brainstorm. I'll get back to you, And then next thing I know, he sent me the joint.
Yeah, I sent him
the
joint with Cortez on it.
Damn,
like, yo, bro.
I'm like, you ain't even give me a chance to think about it, bro.
But that goes,
yeah, exactly.
But that goes back to how I'm on my shit. Like,
you are, yeah.
I'm on my grind.
Well, that goes back to a bar that you got on Leonidas. In New York, every second on the clock is crunch time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nah. I learned that as a youngin' on the block. Like, it's really crunch time.
Everything counts.
Like, yo, fam,
Hell yeah.
you got dudes used to be out there. The sun is barely up. It's still halfway dark outside. They already outside getting money.
Getting that chicken.
So it's like, yo, fam, you got to be like that. Or take it to like Kobe, rest in peace. His teammates used to say, "Yo, homeboy used to." They used to come in super early, thinking
first one in, last one
out. Yeah,
out.
they thinking they're gonna be the first ones in the gym. They come in,
there.
he already 1,000 shots in, broke a mean sweat.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta just have that type of mentality when you attacking anything you doing, basically.
Yeah, this motherfucker live in the studio.
I know this nigga is Man New York on Leonidas. He says, in the town where my old Mac, Rusty 007, ready to go for my reverence. If anybody is from New York, they know that 007 is an old school ass, long ass knife.
Yeah, word up. That's what I used to
And
carry back in the
I
days.
was like, damn, this nigga took it back.
That's what I used to carry back in the days. If you know what I'm saying, if you ain't had that thing on you when you was outside, you had to have something. You know what I'm saying? So the next best thing was the 007, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, we try to keep it more fisticuffs back in the days, but, things happen, you know what I'm saying?
So my orange box cutter make the world go round.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, that 007 was a favorite.
Not too many people know about that.
They
shit
definitely don't.
Not if you're not from the town, no.
Yeah, they definitely don't know about the 007.
And you need that because on Hood PTSD you said every day's a day.
Oh yeah, nah, that's a concept that I've always lived by. Like, every day's a gamble. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts.
You could just come out your door and get struck by lightning, struck by a bullet, God forbid. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. Hit the mega. Anything can happen. You know what I'm saying? So every day is a gamble. You know what I'm saying? Especially where you live, where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So, because it's like, all right, you could live in the country and maybe a bear could fucking attack you or some wild shit.
Tornado.
Like, some wild shit like that. But in every second, every minute, some shit could happen to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about tornadoes and bears. You worry about
game.
Eagle talons, and I'm not talking about from an actual eagle.
And
like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, yeah.
Snake venom.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Cortez, though. He did his thing on that verse.
Yeah, nah,
shout out
yeah.
to Yobi, too. She did her thing.
Oh, yeah. Yo, like, it's crazy,
man,
too.
Yobi, man. Shout out to Yobi. She snapped on that song,
She
man.
definitely did.
She
Like,
snapped.
That's
like,
the goddess right there.
Yeah, she definitely
I didn't
did
get
her
to, like, particular with that song. That was the last song for the album.
Recorded?
That was
Yeah,
yes,
we were waiting
that was
for
the
her
last song.
vocals.
I was waiting for her vocals because I asked Cortez because I did the verse and my idea was to have somebody singing on the joint, but I didn't want the normal like just somebody sing a hook,
Right.
And then I just rap.
Right.
I wanted something different, so I was like, how can I set this off? Because my verse is like I think my verse is like 24 bars on that joint, so I was like rather than write another verse or cut that verse down to write another verse or something, because I ain't want to make the songs too long either. So it's like how do I freak this? I bet hit Cortez up, hit the bro up. Yo, you think you'd be interested? Being she had just did the from the bottom with him on the joint, because I never met her. I never met her in person. She wasn't in the studio when we did the song. Oh, wow. When he did the song, he sent her the vocals, and she did it in her studio that she goes to or whatever. So
nice.
I never met her in person. Like I never knew her.
Funny
so
enough.
so I was just like, yo, you would think she would be interested in getting on a song with me? You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, bro, she messes with you. You know what I'm saying? Like she like your music, and she obviously like the joint from the bottom or whatever. So I was like, yo, throw in the word for me and see if she, you know what I'm saying? So he threw in the word, and then I hit up. I sent her the beat, and I just basically let her know, like, listen, I want you to do a verse. I want you to do like a 16, but the last 8 bars, I want you to make it the hook. So like make your whole verse, but just write it so that the last 8 bars are actually like a hook part, so that I could use that to end the song too.
But you didn't give her a hook.
No, I didn't give her nothing.
She penned it all herself.
I like to do that. When I collabo with people, I just give them the concept, let them do. Like I worked with 2 people before that sang a while back, and I did the same thing. Like, well, actually, I wrote the Get Well Soon joint, but I wrote a singing hook one time. That shit came out crazy too. But
yeah, funny enough, man, like the degrees of separation on the project were crazy too. Because like I've known Cortez for a long time. I met Yobi in like 2012.
Yeah,
Wow.
So it's crazy. So
it was like, you know like for us all to kind of like finally come together and like, you know, be on like the same
like
project and shit
Captain
like
Planet.
Christ is like pulled it all together. Because
we all got the rings.
Because like me and Yobi used to see each other through networking spaces. Me and Core had worked with each other. You know, like they had worked with each other. So it was just like a matter of time.
It was like perfect.
It's all 6 degrees.
Yeah, and it's crazy, bro, because that always happens with me. Like even when we first discussed it out here with me in Jersey and shit, like how I landed out here and like the degrees of separation out there.
Yeah,
so,
but shout out to Yobi, man, because she bodied that. Because like I said, I wasn't in the studio with her. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So it was almost like a surprise. And you know, she's like, I hope he likes it. And I'm like, I know she's gonna kill it. I just don't know what she's gonna do.
Right.
So, you know, she was like, I think she has, you know, went away for like a week or 2 or whatever, and then she came back. She knocked it out for me and sent it to me. So I was in the studio working on something, and I was like, excuse me. She hit me on the DM, told me, yo, I just sent you the joint, and I got the reply. I got the actual push notification for my Gmail, and I was like, oh, I see it right now. I'll check it out later because I'm working on something right now. Like, appreciate it. Because I was kind of like on her a little bit, like, yo, this is the last song now for this joint, just waiting on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't mean to pressure you, but
this is the Agoge.
Yeah, because I didn't want to pressure her.
Crisis was pressing everybody.
Yeah, I was pressing everybody, but being, not to say, you know, like I'm pretty sure she's very tough, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I didn't want to put pressure on her, like, you know what I'm saying, to make her feel some type of way, and then what could have came out doesn't come out, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to rush the creative process.
Yeah, so I didn't want to put pressure on her, like, especially she don't know me, so she could easily be like, you know what, pal, I'm not doing this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows? So shout out to her for actually coming through, but she sent me the joint. I was in the studio. When I played the joint and heard her vocals, I was like, yo. I was like the verses, basically. I was in the studio going crazy. I was like, I hit Cortez up, I hit him up. I was like, yo, bro, she just killed this shit.
He's like, yo, check your Gmail.
I was like, yo, bro, she went in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was expecting her, because I've heard her music already. I was expecting her to do something dope. I just didn't expect her to get on that type of time. Like, you hear what she says.
Yeah.
Because that's what made me so hyped when I heard it, because it went so perfect.
I don't know why, because I know Yobi's from Brooklyn, and I know Yobi, she got a little hood.
Yeah.
But when she
from
cursed
New York,
on
you
the
got
hook,
real.
like, yo, that shit surprised me for some reason.
Listen,
All right,
fam.
so I wasn't the only one.
Like,
Good.
When I'm telling you, when I heard the hook and she's not the hook because it's her verse.
Not
for
the
nothing.
shot in the air,
Listen.
fucking empty the clip. I'm like, yes.
But I think not for
Listen,
nothing, like
she
he just
had
said,
me in the studio high. I was like, yo, she.
You know what's funny,
Listen.
because you said that she wanted to collaborate, that she fucks with you. I think she was waiting for this.
Bust
For
shot.
that. Oh, I'm
Bust
a
shot
busy
fucking
chick.
empty the clip. Cause man,
represented.
listen.
Yeah, she
listen.
did, yo.
Yo, Burnz, I think she got balls for you, bro.
Listen.
I've been practicing the
Listen,
battle, bro.
It was almost. It was almost like I told her what to say, like how I'm feeling, cause she like if we was playing darts, she hit a dead bullseye.
Facts.
Straight facts, fam. Like everything she said, people acting funny. Man, listen, that's me all the way. Like, man, that shit I say all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Certain people act funny with you when they see you doing. Man, she nailed it.
She
That's
went
why,
in,
yo,
yeah.
shout out to
Yeah,
Yogi.
shouts to
man.
Yogi. She's dope.
Yeah, she went in on that.
And
song.
Core too.
I can't wait to see the
And
video,
Core,
man.
and
Oh,
shout out to
absolutely.
Core,
Shout out to Core, because
PTSD,
his
man.
verse
Listen.
on PTSD was
Oh, no.
super crazy.
You know what it is
Listen,
about
when he
Cortez,
sent
though?
that back, I was like, yo, bro, you went in on
Yeah, he
this.
snapped
and
on
and yo, shout out to the bro, man. This is why I say steel sharpens steel,
Steel, yeah.
fam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cause he told me, bro, you snapped on your verse.
And you did too.
Yeah.
And that's what made him snap on, cause we all know he's far from he's not no slouch. He's far from a slouch. You know what I'm saying? So we all know the boss Smith he is. So for him to tell me something like that, it makes me
he
feel
fucks
good.
with- he
Not
fucks
only
with the
does it make
record,
me
like-
feel good, but he fuck with me and all that. But it's like that shit gives me adrenaline. That makes me want to write more. It makes me go in on every verse. Like when you hear shit like that. So it's like, yo, when you link up with somebody as nice as him and send him your shit already, because it's not like he send you his shit and then he's like, you got to go off of what he's saying. It's like I sent my shit blindly to him and he could have easily been like, nah, I'm not even fucking with this song. Like, this shit is whack. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Or he could have did a half-ass verse.
Or
just to
half-ass
get you
verse.
off his back.
Or something like that. He's like, oh, my nigga Crisis is not playing.
Right.
Like, he heard that and was like, oh, I gotta write.
Yeah.
I gotta write right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's up. And that makes me appreciate that. And that's why Past Curfew came out the way it did.
Right.
Cause now he like, my bro is not playing with the beats
And
he's not playing with his pen.
Right.
So yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know he's not playing too.
Right.
So that's the type of time I'm on. If I know, we working on the joints together, I already know what he's capable of. I know he's not playing. Like, I know he's gonna.
He makes it sound easy. He made it sound effortless.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
Court, I'm in the booth and whatever.
But
But it sounds organic at the same time. Like, yo, I'm with my people.
It is.
You know
It
what I
is
mean? Like,
organic.
it's easy. It's like you said, the perfect word is easy.
But that's the same thing with Past Curfew. Like, he came up with the hook on the spot, right? And I was like, yo, that shit sound crazy. And that set the tone for the whole song. And
love that hook.
now he records the hook. Now when he leaves, that shit put me in the zone. Cause now when he came up with the part of the hook, we obviously manipulated it so that it's Myrtle, his block, and then Soundview on my part for my hook and shit or whatever. But like now that shit set the tone. I already saw where he's going. So now he's like, I'm gonna go write my verse at home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause it was kind of late already or whatever. So I'll have that verse by tomorrow or whatever. I already know he's gonna go ham on his shit. I already know. So now I'm in the studio with that same mentality. I got to do the same thing. So that, like, with that song, I already, like, we kind of worked on it together. So I already knew what hood PTSD was, even though that wasn't gonna get heard by nobody until after Past Curfew. But I already knew where we went on hood PTSD. Cause when he sent me his verse back, I was like, "Ooh, my dude, you went in on that."
Snapped.
Yeah, he snapped. And that's what he told me. He's like, yo, bro, you snap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already
made me snap.
Yeah, I know what type of time you on. And shout out to the bro once again, because he publicly like, yo, my bro's pen is elite. Like, so for him to say that is a major compliment.
How did that make you feel?
Super,
coming from him.
That's super humbling. Super humbling. Like, I don't pop my, like, with my niggas, I pop my chest out like, yeah, man, I appreciate that. But it's at the same time, it's very thankful, and I bow my head to homie because I know, like I said, go back to what I said.
You know his
before.
pedigree.
I know what he is.
Yeah.
I know what he does. I've seen what he does on them stages. You know what I'm saying? And not just on the stages, I've heard his prior songs too. So I know what he does with his pen. So it's like, I know what people of that caliber do. You know what I'm saying? So when people of that caliber give you your props and say, yo, bro, your pen is elite, that should make me feel real good. You know what I'm saying?
Like Michael Jordan be telling me, I could ball.
Nice shot.
Real talk. Real
nice
talk.
shot.
It's like Mike patting Kobe down. Like him saying, yo, bro, you
got this.
Yeah,
This
you know,
you.
not to compare myself to them people, because
No,
you know how
yeah,
people on the
yeah.
internet be like, yo, you ain't no Michael, you ain't Kobe. Man, shut the fuck up.
But wait.
Word up.
Because on track 2, you talk about your dad's first words, rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
And his first words to you were,
Yeah.
your royalty, always know your worth.
Yeah, that's why I
So-
go back. Yeah, I snapped on them on those bars right there.
Hell
I feel
yeah,
like
that-
those
I felt those bars.
Yeah, nah, that can't like that. Those bars, I'm gonna keep it 100 because you know I miss my pops. You know what I'm saying? Still fresh in my mind. So like when I wrote that bars, I was specifically talking to him, like, and he was talking to me. You know what I'm saying? That's why those lines came out like the way I wrote them.
And that's why they're so powerful, and people are gonna feel them
right.
because they're real from the heart. And then on Transition from the Streets, you had a bar that said, rich folk had Wall Street, I had to get it from Broadway. I thought that shit was dope.
Yeah, that's a dope flip on the
because
streets
it's
and
facts. Like, if you from the Bronx, especially if you my hood,
Any hood, we got a Broadway.
No, listen. I mean, all New York, period. If you was getting work, but
Bushwick,
everybody
Broadway,
knows what's up. If you was back in them days, 90s, you was copping work to hit the block and get money. You was going to Broadway, St. Nick, all
Broadway
them spots.
all day.
You know what I'm saying? You was going out there getting, you know what I'm saying, getting you work, and then seeing Poppy in the hallway or in the basement, and they, you know what I'm saying? If they ain't know you, you might be standing in that alleyway for a long time, like, yo, where Poppy at? Your Poppy's upstairs eating arroz con gandules and all that crazy shit. Got you for your money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they got you. They got you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you knew,
you already uptown.
Yeah.
You already uptown in the BX. Niggas from BK had to go to the high
yeah,
school.
nah, but they'll get anybody, man. Like, they'll get anybody, but you know,
facts.
but like, you know what I'm
was
saying?
getting
That's how you used to get it. You know what I'm saying? You had to go downtown and cop some joints and go back home and either you cook them up or somebody else cook them up, and you just
Go out there and work.
and get your work on. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I try to add that. 'Cause, you know, we on business mode now. We on business hustle now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on the street hustle no more. So I just try to incorporate a lot of the shit that I went through, or the life I've been through, or even my close friends, you know what I'm saying? Some of them don't even rap. We've been through wars, hells together, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm telling my story and their story too, because they not good with the words like the way rappers are, you know what I'm saying? Like they be like, yo, bro, you rap, yo, talk about this shit we used to do, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, so I just try to incorporate some of that stuff into the lines.
And
you know what I'm saying?
it's don't downplay the line, because this line, you can take it and you can actually break it down, and you could probably write a thesis paper just based on the socio-economic disparities that would cause this line to be true.
About
You know
the
what I'm
Broadway
saying?
line?
Wall Street and Broadway.
yeah.
word.
No, but it's true because
facts.
but this is why I say this, because I worked downtown, literally around the corner from Wall Street. Like I worked on Wall Street Avenue. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I used to work downtown for a while in like a private club that dealt with all the members were all the big lawyers and bankers from Wall Street, basically, because we was literally right down the block from them. So I used to bartend in the club. We used to do private events, parties like that. So I've been in the corporate world and been down there and seen how the corporate talk, how they talk, and because they talk with me, you know, you get cool with the members, and
you
like,
start seeing how it is.
They get real cool with you too because they see
they're born into this.
Yeah,
shit.
but they see the swag too. They older men, but they see the swag. I used to have dudes, yo, where you get your hair cut from, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they see the, you know, the sharp beard and all that, so they compliment you, and then you break the ice and you start conversating with them, and so you get a little bit of, I wouldn't say a full experience because that's not a full experience, but you get a little glimpse and window into their world, and you understand how they talk, and you see how they and
at the same time they get a glimpse into what you know.
Exactly, it's a two-way window basically. Yeah, they get to see. So it's like that's where that line comes from too, because it's like I lived that life both ways. Because before me working downtown and starting to get those jobs, I was in the streets heavy. You know what I'm saying? And then I thankfully, through God's graces, had friends that, you know, really my friends that was like, yo, bro, I work down here, I work downtown, like, yo, I can get you a job, like, you know what I'm saying? And at first you like, nah, I'm in the street, I'm getting money, like, you know what I'm saying? And then shit starts happening in the streets. Your friend gets shot, God forbid, or rest in peace, and
somebody get bagged,
somebody gets snatched up, or you get snatched up, but you don't. It's not that serious. You escape one. You know what I'm saying? Could have got it. It could have. They would have got you yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or some shit like that. So you start running into situations like that, and then some of your really good, tight homies that you with every day get sent for 20 joints or some wild shit like that, and it's like, bro, do you next? It's only a matter of time. It's not even. You
it's
could
not
tell,
even if.
Listen,
it's
fam.
when.
You could tell yourself every day that shit ain't gonna happen to me. That shit ain't gonna happen to me. And then some shit like narrowly happens to you, and you could either take it as, see, I told you that shit ain't gonna happen to me, or I told you I could, or you could take it as a sign. So
you could be next.
I had a few narrow calls, and then, you know what I'm saying, I switched it to downtown. So I got that best of both worlds. I got to see both. So that's where that line comes from, you know what I'm saying?
No, like, that's definitely a line that resonated. Then we got City of Gods. I thought that was a dope track. I like the vocal sample on that. We also have Non-Fiction. I thought the guitar was crazy on that.
On what? On Non-Fiction, yeah. Like, City of Gods is definitely one of my favorite joints on there too, though. That hook is just, it goes back to what I was saying. Like, you know, you live that life, you know what I'm saying? Grew up around hustlers and drug fiends. That's what I grew up around. Like, a lot of people come to my neighborhood, and you got the private houses not too far from the projects, so a lot of people get the wrong idea. They, this neighborhood is nice.
It's not that bad, yeah.
Oh, this looks nice over here.
It's just because the nice houses across the street from the projects.
It's like, fam, there's literally like 4 different projects, complexes
back to back,
right next to each other, on top of the private houses. So yeah, the private houses might look nice, but some of the illest dudes I know come from some of the private houses. So it's like, you grow up around that shit, and then that's just my mom's neighborhood. Like, my pop's neighborhood, he's from 174 in Walton. It's the danger zone over there too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I grew up on both.
West Bronx.
I grew up on So I'm on both sides growing up. Basically, it's like I'm in mom's crib for a few days or a couple months, and then I might go stay with my pops for like a month or two over there. And it's like, I'm not escaping nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's no escape.
It might be worse.
Word up.
You go from Guatemala to Guatepeor.
Yeah, real talk. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of those lines tend to come from, you know what I'm saying?
But that all, including the hook in non-fiction. Oh, I'm sorry, the hook in City of Gods, where you say you came up around the fiends and everything. That's all part of the Agoge, no? That's all part of the warrior
the training.
Yes, because
surviving the fucking danger.
Because you gotta learn, because that's basically what I'm kind of saying on like the concept of that of that song, and just throughout the album is just, I went through some shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I went through the Agoge,
and you had to be
Yeah, like
Leonidas,
a lot of
Warrior
people,
King.
a lot of people didn't, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, that I know, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I carry the torch for them too, you know what I'm saying?
And everybody's not meant to make it through.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
real talk.
Everybody's not strong enough.
Yeah, it's almost like a relay race, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always been for my homies. Like I've always been
You always run the anchor?
My guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like homie didn't make it, you know what I'm saying? So all right, fuck it. We gonna carry that torch for him. You know what I'm saying? And just keep it moving and just try to rep for the homie.
He didn't make it in the physical, but he gonna make it with y'all.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? True. Or even you know, may be passed away or may still be here. Cause I know people that unfortunately went hard drugs, things like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they may be fucked up in life or something, and it's like I don't judge people, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got their demons and go through shit. So it's like, yo, all right, fuck it, we gonna carry the torch for, you know what I'm saying? Like homie unfortunately didn't make it with us. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna carry that torch. Word up.
Absolutely. And on the last track, Oracle's Vision, super dope track. I get like if the sample was like Oriental.
It was Spanish.
It's like a mafioso.
It was a Spanish.
I don't know why. I got like
a guitar,
Japan vibes or some shit.
Yeah, it was like.
I feel like that album. I think everything.
That was probably one of the oldest beats, actually.
I think all my projects come together really.
Yeah, I had that joint for a while.
Like for a reason, and like all the songs come together for a reason, and that song was like one of like probably the last song I think. Well,
that was the
it wasn't the last like.
Well, it was
Yobi
the last song
technically
because we were still waiting for Yobi's vocals, but the last song.
Yeah, but that was like the last song because
because
the joint with Yobi was pretty much done. It was just waiting for her to send me the vocals.
When you did it, did you know like that's gonna be the last song of the album?
Yeah, it just it's
like
set.
When you heard it, right?
Yo,
when I heard it too, I was like, yeah, this
it's perfect way to tie it up.
I like that.
Yeah,
that
like
way. Yeah,
and if you think, and it was like, yo, the concept of the song is like Oracle's vision. You know what I'm saying? If you remember in the movie, homie had to climb the fucking mountain to go talk with them just to go to war. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
go counsel with them.
Yeah, so it was like.
And the dope shit is that because
and it goes back to
what I written, you can tell that the concept for the album was already solidified.
Yeah.
You know,
and this was the final chapter.
Yeah, exactly. So like
that tied it in perfect, and it and like I said, it was like go back to what I said off air before we started, like, you know, that culture I come from, you know, the Puerto Rico, you know, my mom's, the Santeria thing and all that. So it's almost like it's almost like a perfect metaphor for, you know, what I grew up with. Like when I was young, you had to go see, you know what I'm saying, like
Santero.
the Santero and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like they would tell you, like, yo,
another word is the Oracle.
Real talk, like, you know what I'm saying? They would tell you, like, yo, don't go here, or yo, do this prayer, or do the beads and the baños and all. I did all that when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? The beads and, you know, so like it's almost like it was perfect. It was perfect.
An homage to the
Is it on Oracle's Vision that you say sitting on my throne made of blacktop and concrete?
On my throne made of blacktop and concrete.
That's like just a dope visual, you know? Like I was on the train coming up here.
That's the hook for the Oracle's Vision. That's like every bar echoes infinitely, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to resonate with the people, because I know I'm not the only one who went through what I went through growing up. You know what I'm saying? Right. You hear a lot of people say we're not the same. Fam.
We the same.
A lot of us are the same.
I mean,
similar circumstances.
Character-wise, niggas might be different, but like as far as some of the trials and tribulations people go through,
your circumstances
if you live in the areas like where I grew up in, chances are, shit. All my homies went through shit. I went through shit. Some of my homies went through worse shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So your circumstances are the same, but your reactions to those circumstances are different.
It's different. Exactly. That's what I mean by your character might be different. But I'm just saying, like, as far as experience-wise, like the experiences, like, yeah, you could go through some shit and get locked up, right? And you could just stand your ground, or you could be a rat.
You could bitch up,
Our experience was the same, but the outcome was different, or the way you chose to deal with it was different. Like, so that's where the character thing comes into play. So, you know, like, we all like you. If you from the ghetto, if you from the hood, you went through shit, and it's just unfortunate. I just happen to live in two of the worst fucking areas of the Bronx. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, word up. So,
but that's what made you.
Yeah, but that's why I say that's why you always hear me scream Soundview all the time. All my pictures, you see the Soundview behind me. My hashtag Soundview representative. I represent my hood to the fullest. Like, I don't scream my Pop's hood too much. Even though shout out to the hood over there too, all my homies over there, 174 Walton, all the people I grew up out there with. You know what I'm saying? But like, I was mostly in Soundview. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would go to my pop's crib, be out there for a little while, but I live mostly in my Soundview. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's real home base. So like, that's why I always scream that shit, because it's like, yo, if you from my hood and you was outside, you know what's up already. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know the shit we went through, the shit
There's
you know what I'm saying? So
there's two people I wanted to shout out. I think they're from Leonidas. The cat that put you onto weed, Matt Early.
Oh,
what's his name?
My brother Tango.
Oh, Tango.
Shout out to Tango, man.
And then,
that's what I mean, man. Not everybody made it. My bro's locked up for life in Arizona, man. Shout out to my guy Tango, man.
Yeah. And then like 2 bars later, you mentioned D something. Rest in peace, D.
Oh, my God, D, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
that's a dude that, if you hear what I say, that's real talk. That's not no, you know what I'm saying? Like, homie was OG gangster, like, you know what I'm saying? He was a real one, and he put us under the wing when we was young, and he told us straight up, you could be prey or predator, you know what I'm saying? Like, let everybody know that, but especially the older dudes, let them know y'all not playing, man. Like, he
let them know you ain't prey.
Cause he understood our neighborhood before us. We young, he's an older dude, so he understand the neighborhood before us. So when that's why I say a lot of these young dudes don't got that. You know what I'm saying? Don't got the OGs like that. Facts. The OGs see your potential. They see they see your mind state. They see these little young dudes is what's up. You know what I'm saying? So they put you under the wing. They teach you. They let you know how to move in the streets. Like, yo, you gotta move honorably. You can't move like this. You can't move like that. So rest in peace, Big D, man, because. Yeah, he had us outside with flip phones when we was kids. Not even the flip phone. Before the flip phone, the Zach Morris phone.
The brick phone.
Yeah, like, but not the big. Not the big joint. Just
joint.
The little gray joint that was like the Zach Morris joint. Yeah, right before the flip joint started coming out. Like, he had us in the hood like that. We young boys, 11, 12, 13 with booster phones. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So, you know.
For some reason, I like when rappers do that, when they shout out very specific people from their lives, whether we know them or not. You know what I'm saying? I think Prodigy used to do that a lot.
Hell yeah.
No, because it's real life,
and
man.
it makes like a connection.
No,
I have no idea who these guys are.
I feel like,
but I feel like,
I mean, don't get me wrong.
It humanizes.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
And it humanizes him.
You want to say fly shit and spit some dope like metaphoric bars and similes and shit like that, and do things like that. That's creative, but for the most part, I try to keep the the life, the reality, because that's I feel like you said, it touches people. You know what I'm saying? It gives people. I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, for the lack of a better term, vulnerable. Like it opens up. It opens yourself up to the people and gives them a window into the shit you went through.
There is strength in vulnerability.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like,
and
you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
I think to just circle back to the very beginning of the episode and what we talked about in the beginning, I think the Locks Dipset battle proved that all that fly shit is cool and shit, but that real shit, that's the shit you're gonna connect to. That's the shit you're gonna remember 20 years from now, 30
and
years.
That's basically where I went through, where I was going through with the Agoge and with By Any Means. Well, all my projects, it's just a real life, back into the album basically. But like with those two albums especially, it's like the Agoge, I went through hell, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just what I went through growing up as a kid, but the shit we talked about last time with me losing my hard drive, and it's like that shit.
It's all part of the Agoge.
Yeah, it makes you. I mean, it makes certain people stronger. You know what I'm saying? Some people fold and just melt away and
give up.
Yeah,
but they're supposed to. That's
a part of the win.
But that goes.
path.
But that goes
Everybody
back to
can't
what you said.
survive it.
Yeah, everybody
Natural
can't make
selection.
it. You know what I'm saying? Natural selection. Word up, real
Facts.
talk. So that's how I look at it too. The way I work now, I try to beast like that because it's like, yo, don't be a waste, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Go hard. Just fucking just go in. And so I try to get on everybody like that. You know what I'm saying?
And you get what you put in. If you go in half-ass, you're going to
feel
get a
that.
half-ass product.
I mean, you figure I've been doing this for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But these last 2 years, I could say, is my awakening, my rebirth, basically. The destroy and rebuild, how I started off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So in these 2 years, I just been beasting, and more things have happened in these last 2 years for me just staying consistent and staying focused and putting the work in than in all the years I've been trying to make music. So
and congrats on that, because I did see that you've gotten a couple placements, a couple big placements. So
that's
on that
because that's what I'm like, to go on the producing tip, like, you know what I'm saying, it's like now I'm trying to get on the placement level, you know what I'm saying, and not just with me too, like I'm trying to build it so the whole team you know what I'm saying,
as you should.
Cause like when we went to Staten Island, shout out to Bro Cortez again, do us the alley-oop to go work on a project. Like I didn't go by myself. I was like, yo, bro, come with me and bring your beat machine too. Like make it like both of us make a beat. Whoever beat they choose is team. You know what I'm saying? It's not about just me, cause they asked me. But I'm like, yo, I'm bringing the bro with me, and he's gonna work on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. But
oh my god.
But
Still, the fact.
But that's how I'm moving.
Principle,
but that's how I'm moving, basically. If we team,
but it's
like,
real shit.
you know what I'm saying? So like with the production, that's how I'm trying to build it up too. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get so. But yeah, I got some nice placements coming through. Shout out to Ito. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about that a little bit now, not too much, but his album should be coming out soon.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, word. Shout out to him. He threw me a nice alley-oop and picked like 2 joints. You know what I'm saying? Nice. And then he got an artist that he got under his belt. You know what I'm saying? That he picked a joint that they're gonna do together. I'm not sure if he's gonna do it together with him, but they picked a joint too. So got 3 joints with them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. And he hit me too. He sent me the joint. Like he sent me one of the joints right after he did that shit, and that shit sounded crazy. I was just
who was it? Boo Boo the Prince?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought Ito's artist.
Oh nah. His
Black.
Nah,
But
it's
if
not
I-
Black.
if-
It's his artist Sean Brown, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I got 3 joints with them, but he sent me the joint already, and I heard one joint. That shit sound crazy. So be on the lookout for that. I know he should be dropping the album soon. Yeah, I tuned into the podcast too. I heard y'all, you know what I'm saying? I heard him talk about the joint. Shout out to Flea too. I got a joint with him. He got his album coming out with Rock Marcy, so that's coming out first, and that's crazy.
Another one?
Yeah,
he got Ram LZ. That was with
that's
Rock
how.
Marcy.
No, that's how.
No, that was with Muggs.
Yeah, that's with Muggs. He got he got Marcy featured on the joint, but
yeah,
that's with Muggs, and then he got an album that's entirely produced by Rock Marcy, about to drop. I want to say in September, or it could be the end of this month. I want to say, but that's about to drop. So
boys be putting in work.
Yeah, he putting in work. So once that drops,
oh y'all shit.
Yeah, once that drops, once that drops, he'll put out. But shout out to him and my guy French. They FaceTime me and let me hear the joint right after he recorded it. That shit sound crazy. So I got that joint coming out, and then shout out to the monster Ransom. He just hit me up for some work. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I haven't heard nothing from that yet, but he specifically asked me for a specific beat that he heard. Like, so I know he's gonna use that joint. It's just if he used I send him like an 8-pack. You know what I'm saying? So got them joints, and then shout out to the Wu Syndicate. Word up. We just did a joint together. Shout out to them again. I gotta say shout out to them because you gotta be a Wu fan. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Word up. And I definitely used to rock out to their joints. You know what I'm saying? When I used to be going OT which is crazy. I used to be on the bus listening to the Wu Syndicate album.
The Wu Syndicate album. That was the one that they was dressed up like mafiosos on the
sir.
cover. It was two dudes, right?
Yep.
I remember that.
Yeah, they from VA. Shout out to them. I got work with them coming soon. I just produced a track for them. And surprisingly, they hit me up and wanted me to spit a verse on the joint.
Dope.
So I just sent that back to them.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? So we got that coming out soon. And then like I said, I'm on beast mode right now with the production. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm tagging mad artists. Shout out to V.S.O.P.
He's dope.
I fuck with him. I like him.
Like we kind of talked through the live, like just quick comments, real quick. You know what I'm saying? He acknowledged. He was like, "Yo, bro, you got some shit." So shout out to the homie for that. Like he was like, "Yo, bro, I heard the joints. You got some shit. Like we gonna tap in." You know what I'm saying? So, like he said he's gonna send me his email. We like, you know what I'm saying? I know he busy working on joints too. He just dropped this project like not even a couple weeks ago, if that. So, you know what I'm saying? I know he working on his shit, but like we tapped in already, so you know what I'm saying? Expect to hear something from me, like one of my production, him rapping to one of my productions and shit.
Man.
I'm trying to link with all the Boricua
Latino artists
too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to show, like I'm trying to lock out with everybody, but
I got my other notebook where the bars is at. You know?
Yeah.
This is not the bars notebook.
you know, shout out to terminology, like you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to like I've been tagging him in some joints, you know what I'm saying. So I'm trying to get him, you know what I'm saying, on a joint. Like I'm trying to get everybody. I'm trying to get Kiss, Styles, everybody, because at the end of the day,
trying to get the spitters. We make rapper beats.
This is what I'm saying. Like I'm making so many joints. It's to that point already that I'm more than comfortable with. Like I said, people be like, "Yo, damn, why you not keeping that beat for yourself?" Because it's like, yo, bro, I know I'm gonna make something fire after
regardless,
this. So it don't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? If homie wants to use this and he's willing to tap in with me, then let's work. Like, let's get it. Because at the end of the day, I'm a fan of this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about my songs too. Like, I'm trying to build with everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not just on some lyrical shit too. I make trap joints too and all that. Like I tap in with the younger culture.
Do
like,
you do R&B joints?
I just shout out to Yobi again. I just sent her 2 joints for her project. You know what I'm saying? Like it got, you know, hip hop vibe to it, but that's just it got like an R&B vibe to it too. So I just sent her some joints because that's one thing. Like when I make beats, because I'm not trying to make beats just for myself, I could make the growers type beats, the from the bottoms, the streets don't play
from the
fair.
bottom, a little R&B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like I could make those. I could make those type of beats. I could make the streets don't play fair type of grimy, make you want to put your hoodie on type beats. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you see I hear that joint with Ito and Flea, like that, those is. Put your hoodie on and
looking forward to that.
And then they went crazy on them shit too. So that's that, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to I can make pretty much anything, you know what I'm saying? And then the bro one could do the same thing.
Exactly.
So now you got me, you got him, and then shout out to the bro French. He could make those type of joints. I got my man Hellfire. So like we building that syndicate,
nice
basically. Yeah, we building that syndicate, you know what I'm saying?
Dope, yeah. Y'all brothers got any more questions?
We need to see a Crisis and One versus battle, man. Just beats and shit.
Oh no, we was thinking about doing something not like that, but like maybe doing some like live feed where we got producers tapping in and
playing their joints
and playing joints and shit, or maybe even making joints. Like, you know, we gonna figure something out like that, but yeah, because like I said, I want to do production shit. I want to do, you know, besides just my projects. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already 4 songs in on the next project.
Shit, that was my next question.
Yeah.
I got 2 final questions.
Go ahead.
Number 1,
Go ahead.
when's the next project dropping?
The next project is, like I said, 4 songs in already.
Title? You don't have to say it, but do you have it?
No title yet. Okay. No title. I got.
This is very deja vu.
Yeah,
I've heard this before.
Yeah, yeah. There's no title yet.
You want it?
Nah, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
No, this one is gonna be entirely produced by me.
Okay.
Yeah, cause
One's gonna deliver a verse.
I'm gonna.
I got 16.
He told me he used to rap. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this one's gonna be entire. Cause like I kind of do that. Like that's the goal. Like I'm gonna do mix up joints too with like some of my production, his probably other producers, my man Hellfire, other producers. But for the most part, like I feel like doing whole projects is just something about it. It's just something fulfilling. So when you in, that's why I didn't
there's
just.
a synchrony that you
it's
can't.
the
It's very difficult to achieve.
Yeah, that's why I didn't just ask him for like, yo, let me get a couple beats. I'm working on the project. It was like, no, let's work on the whole project.
Yeah.
You produce the whole joint.
Yeah.
And
The way I produce my whole joint. So it's like, yo, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? We'll do the So the next one's gonna be entirely, but be on the lookout for another. It probably won't be the Agoge Part 2, but it'll definitely be an entirely produced by one.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be projects with him, just maybe a couple joints or one or two. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on beast mode. So the next project, expect it. I would say next couple months, maybe towards the end of the year, because my goal is to try to drop like at least 2 more projects before the year's up. Like, maybe an EP and another, longer project. So let's see what happens. But for now, I'm 4 songs in already, and I think I got like 2 more joints already, like that I'm ready to get busy with. So once I get like 8 joints, you know what I'm saying, projects done, because like I said, I'm not trying to hit people with too many songs.
Right.
Yet, like, because at the end of the day, I call these projects, I mean, yeah, they labeled albums or whatever, or EPs, LPs on Apple and iTunes, but these are just like mixtape projects for me, like, you know what I'm saying, just to show the world
You got some
what I'm capable of, you know what I'm saying, bar wise and beat wise, and not just over my beats, but over one type beats, you know what I'm saying, or whoever other producers I work with. You know what I'm saying?
So be on the lookout for that. And
I got my man Dozer on the next project too.
Dozer the drummer?
Yeah, I got Dozer. Shout out to the homie Dozer. He's on the next project. And there's gonna be some other features on there too. I'm just working that out because, like I said, I'm working on so many joints. I'm just trying to figure out who to put on what projects now, because now I'm gonna start doing more features. Because if you notice, I ain't have too many features into the joints with Cortez since the first project.
Right.
So that was my other question. Would you and Cortez consider dropping a project together?
We already talking about that. We actually gonna lock in, and I'm gonna produce a whole project for him. And most likely I'm probably this is like a 98.9% chance, or maybe even more of a percentage, that I'm going to be rapping on that too. But for the most part, that is what we took. What we just like, we literally just spoke about that. Like, yo, bro, let's lock in. Let's do a project together. You know what I'm saying? It might even have some co-production from one, and you know what I'm saying. And but for the most part, it's gonna be like I'm gonna have my. Excuse me, I'm gonna have him come through to the studio, and we're gonna lock in and for like a week or whatever, and so expect that. That's a definite. That's not even a maybe or.
You know what I would like? I'd like for you to produce a whole project for Yobi.
Well, that could be a possibility too, because that's the circle. You know what I'm saying? That's team. So you know what I'm saying, like I'm willing, like I said, I want to produce whole projects for every artist I fuck with. Etho, Flea, Ransom, whoever artist I fuck with. That
Burnz.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, you slipped that in there so nice though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would like to produce a whole album, because I get busy too. It's not just about the beats I make on my own. Like, I pull up to the studio and make beats on the spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's proven already. Like, multiple times I've done that already. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not just like I got fire already that I make almost damn near every day. If one know, I'm in the studio beasting, trying to make, cause like not just for me, I'm trying to motivate everybody around me too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm definitely,
and with all the placements, you got to have shit in the stash.
Oh,
ready
that
to go
too. But you know what I'm saying? I definitely credit the placements. Like shout out to my bro Big French. Like I said, like he kind of set off that wave. Like even though I had the shit with Cortez already lined up, but like as far as working with artists outside of people I personally know, like shout out to Reef Hustle. You know what I'm saying? And then like I said, the Etho joint I got that, and the Ransom joint I got that from just beast moding and dropping beats and tagging artists.
Consistency.
Yeah, and just tagging them, cause you know these are like I'm a fan of hip hop. At the end of the day, I listen to their projects all day, every day when I'm not listening to my joints. Like if I'm in the car or whatever like that. So I listen to their joints too. Some of my favorite artists. So when, like I said, when I'm making beats, I'm thinking of them too in mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would like to produce whole projects for them if I could. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
no,
let's see what happens in the future.
We look forward to your next project. I'd like to see you and Core drop a project. I'd like to actually see
soon.
you, Core, and Yobi drop like a group project.
Oh no, expect to probably hear Yobi on his project too, like that I produce. You know what I'm saying? But that's very soon. Like that's not even maybe next year, maybe it could drop next year. But I'm on beast mode. So like I said, I'm on Phil Jack mode. When I get on my producing,
get everything out.
When I get on my production, no, but it's just I just feel like that it makes you better actually when you get on that. Like some people feel like if you putting out too much or whatever, like
spread yourself too thin.
You spread yourself too thin, and I'm like, if your mentality is that,
it's on the
that's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But if you constantly just like. People could listen to all my projects and say none of them sound the same. They all might have a certain type of vibe that might remind you of another, but beat-wise, production-wise, none of the beats you can say, yo, damn, that beat sound like this beat you had on this project, or this beat sound like that beat you had on this project, or this song kind of like sounds exactly like this song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, you can never say that about none of my songs.
So you're not repeating and shit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to it's almost like
constantly elevate.
Yeah, it's like
evolution.
like a basketball player, football player, baseball player. You constantly trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
right.
And we see it. Yeah. We see the progression.
Absolutely.
Nah, I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all.
I've been tapping in on your page, man. When you post your beats, man.
Hell
I think
yeah,
I
all
seen
the
that
time.
post with Ransom tapped in. Yo, yeah, you've been doing your thing.
Yeah, nah, I
like,
appreciate that,
like,
man.
you
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, Crisis is an alien, bro.
Nah, but I tell people all the time, like, yo, don't get my hunger misconstrued for being thirsty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got a lot of people who be on some thirsty shit, trying to, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm putting in heavy work, and I see you putting in heavy work. I'm obviously a fan of what they might be doing, regardless of what artists I'm tagging when I, you know what I'm saying, tag them in my beats. So it's like, yo, if they tapping with me, it's what's up. So I'm gonna try to go hard on my part because I know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I know how they coming at it. You know what I'm saying? I know the type of producers they working with too, legends. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, I gotta come correct. You know what I'm saying? So that it just, like I said, go back to what I said before. Steel sharpens steel. You know what I'm saying? You trying to tap in with people who are on that level, because it helps you elevate and boost what you doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's not even about I'm trying to ride anybody's wave, because I haven't asked nobody I produce for a verse or nothing like that. Like even Cortez, he was like, yo, bro, we gonna do something together? I was like, yeah, like I just wasn't like on it like that. I was just on producer mode, trying to get him the best record I could get. You know what I'm saying? And same for any other artist I work with. I'm trying to get them the best joint
like a good producer
possible.
should.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, I rap too. Like if they see, oh, yo, this nigga rap, he nice too with it. You know what I'm saying? Then they happen to just float that by and be like, yo, we gotta do some shit together. And it's like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But for now, I'm just trying to build that relationship. Like, yo, I got heat. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, when you need heat, holla at me. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for anybody on my team too. One or anybody, like, yo, holla at the bros, you know what I'm saying? Like, we
work.
Yeah, we work, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We trying to get it in, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of work, a lot of good work, and like I said, a lot of good results from it.
Facts.
Word, man.
Fruits of the labor.
Yeah,
So everybody, make sure you go check out the Agoge, out now on all streaming
Gladiator
platforms.
All streaming platforms.
Make sure you're following Crisis
I'm Crisis
at
underscore.
I am Crisis underscore. Make sure you're following at OneGotBeats.
Well
Make sure you're following at GAHHD podcast.
Yo, be on the lookout for that transition from the streets video.
Yes,
Coming soon.
that's coming soon.
Directed by my guy
Can't wait
Diego.
for that, man.
Shout out to the bro.
Shout out to Diego.
Shout out to
Yobi.
him, man.
Shout out to,
He got
Flo.
heat. Word up, he got heat. So shout out. Just a little bit I saw. It's a movie. So shout out to Yobi. That's gonna be crazy. We probably gonna shoot a video for the Hood PTSD. So just be on the lookout for
That would be
videos.
crap.
Yeah, just look out for them videos, man, cause that's the one element I didn't really have to my projects. I didn't have videos, so yeah. So be on
so
the
now we
lookout for
doing
that.
that.
Y'all gonna start. I mean, I'm telling you, y'all gonna see y'all either gonna be sick and tired of me, or y'all just gonna be like, yo, the bro, I fucks with the bro, cause I'm not stopping. So just so y'all know this,
And now
anybody who taps into
And he
this,
means that.
Now
I really
you,
mean I really mean that.
Now
Like,
you're
I'm-
developing a little team around you.
Exactly.
Yeah, nah, that's basically what the concept of the syndicate was for me. Like, it wasn't to put people necessarily on the team, like, you know what I'm saying, make them a group. It's like you got your thing going, but when Super Friends assemble, like, you know what I'm saying, when,
Yeah, you got
like,
a
yo,
faction.
when the
The
Justice,
Power Rangers and
yeah,
shit.
like, you know what I'm saying, when King Arthur and the round table get together, then we get together for real, like, and we put that work in, cause it's like the bro Cortez is putting projects out, so he needs beats, obviously, you know what I'm saying. He's making moves, so that's a good look for me, and you know what I'm saying. Obviously, if he picks something fire, makes a dope song, good luck for him. Same thing with the bro one, vice versa. He's making beats for me. Call the artist he's working with. You know what I'm saying? The homie French, he engineers for Flea. He does his thing with Flea, you know what I'm saying? All the projects you hear from Flea, for the exception of the Ramazel, the
Ram LZ, yeah.
Ram LZ, excuse me, sorry about that. The Ram LZ joint, you know what I'm saying? He pretty much records, mix all his joints for him, you know what I'm saying? And he makes his beats, works with the artists he works with, two other artists that's within that camp too and outside the camp, you know what I'm saying? So, like, and he's tapped in with us too, you know what I'm saying? Me and him got probably I think 6-7 beats we already co-produced together. We co-produced the joint for Reef Hustle. Shout out to Reef Hustle. Make sure y'all go get his album on his website. Just go to his to Reef Hustle Instagram. You go to his website. You know what I'm saying? We co-produced that. And shout out to the homie Grandmaster Cavs too, man. The legend. The legend. The father. The grandest of them all, you know what I'm saying? Like, your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the Brick Bro, like, you know what I'm saying? He been tapping in with me, you know what I'm saying? That's homie, like, that's street family, like, you know what I'm saying? But obviously he's the legend, you know what I'm saying, that we all know him as. And he's been tapping in with the bro. Expect to hear an EP produced by me and French for the homie. I'm saying that out loud right now for everybody, because you can't just speak it. You gotta be about it.
You gotta
but
do it.
I'm about it. Anybody who know me knows I'm about it. So I'm saying this out loud to everybody who tunes in. Expect to hear an EP produced by Crisis and Big French
For the Grandmaster.
for the Grandmaster of them all.
The legend.
The legend, Grandmaster
That's
Cass.
legendary.
Yeah,
So
and expect him to. He might even be on my next project too. We trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But he's definitely gonna be on either my next. I'm trying to get him on my next project, but if he's not on my next project, he'll be on the one after. But
the next.
he's gonna. But we're gonna try to make that happen for this project coming up.
Dope, man. We look forward to all that stuff, bro. We wish you both much success, much
Appreciate it.
continued
Appreciate
success. Keep grinding, keep pushing. I see the results of the grind, so that's always a positive, and we're super proud of y'all. Y'all already
Get that
know.
Agoge.
There's always love out here. Everybody, make sure you go stream that album and all the other albums too.
Yes. Nah, but that's another thing too, man. Get the album, listen to it, process it. You like it, tap into the other joints. You know what I'm saying? Because technically they only two. You know what I'm saying? It's only been 2 years, so a lot of that joints is fresh. You know what I'm saying? Get
and if you never heard it before, it's brand fucking new.
Brand new, basically.
No matter what.
Get
familiar.
Some of that
sound for you, BX bars.
Get familiar. Listen to the bars. See where I'm coming from with the bars. You know what I'm saying? See where I'm coming from with the beats, the concepts. You know what I'm saying? And listen to the growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
word up.
Sir, do you have 10 shots?
I do.
Let's go into 10 shots, and we'll just fade out with the love song because I think we went long.
Yeah, we did. It's all good though. You know how 10 shots works. I ask you rapid fire questions. You answer real quick, then we'll circle back. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you the same ones from last time.
I'll make it easy.
These are a little more, based on this episode. Maybe I'll go back a little bit. All right, so here we go. 10 shots. Y'all can both answer. Y'all want to trade them? You know what I'm saying? One answer one, then the other. You know what I mean?
We can do that.
It's gonna be 20 shots.
No.
Back.
We only doing 10.
No, you're doing 10, but you're getting 20 back in return.
All right, number 10. In y'all opinion, who rock better samples, RZA or Jay Dilla?
Ooh, man.
Who flip better samples?
Ooh,
y'all producers.
RZA.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with RZA too because I'm just
two
more
for the Riz. Two for the RZA.
Damn. Shout out to recipes Jay Dilla.
No doubt. In your opinion, Mr. Crisis, what's better? Number 9, being produced for or producing a joint? What you prefer?
Oh, that one's tricky. You know what? I'm gonna go with getting produced for.
You like just sitting back?
Yeah,
because
then I could just rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with that one.
No doubt. And in our last interview, I asked you about Juice Menace of Boys. Now we're going a little different. Your opinion, better movie, either one of y'all. Clockers or Strapped? Oh, both of y'all. Both of y'all peak.
Clockers.
Clockers? All right, one got Clockers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clockers too.
Wow, Clockers. All right, in y'all opinion, is Jay the top 5, dead or alive?
Oh, yeah.
Dead or alive.
I think you kind of proved that,
He's not even human, bro. The dude is crazy, man.
Alien.
Staying on that wave, best verse on Reservoir Dogs, in y'all opinion, who had it? There was a lot of fucking great ones on there.
Man. I like Sauce, yo.
That's my favorite right
I like
there.
Sauce,
is
yo.
my shit.
I'm not going front. Sauce's verse on that was stupid.
Yeah.
Motherfucker sick.
That's a hard one for me, man. I'm gonna keep it 100 because everybody went in.
Everybody's fast.
Yeah, everybody went in.
What I liked about
Styles,
the verses is that Styles spit his verse a cappella and bodied it.
Yeah, Styles' verse is like one of my favorites on there too. I'm gonna pick Styles.
Okay. Fair enough.
I do like Styles' verse.
Word up.
Number 5, in y'all opinion, best producers on the mic. Bronx very own Diamond D, the RZA, or Q-Tip?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Q-Tip, and that's no disrespect to that. I mean, it depends. If we going song wise, we go to Q-Tip. If we going lyricist wise, it's kind of a matchup between Diamond and RZA because they both like ill lyricists.
Yeah,
like
they
both,
spit.
they both crazy with it. Like you know what I'm saying, but. It
with
depends,
it,
but
like,
yeah,
it just gives you something out of the
Tip
box.
has got such a broader sound too.
Yeah, he does. He has versatility.
Yeah,
no doubt. All right, number 4, in your opinion, since y'all both producers, who had the better crew, the Hitmen or like the Rock Boys, which is like Just Blaze, Kanye, Bink, all them rock dudes.
And who was the Hitman?
The Hitman was
I'm gonna have to go with Hitman.
D-Dot,
Buck Wild,
all the Puffy
Easy
producers.
Mo B,
Bad Boy producers.
Easy Mo B, like
right.
all the you know what I'm saying, like
who had the better crew?
So Bad Boy versus
Rock Boys.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man.
That's tough.
Damn, you know what? Yeah, that's a tough one, but I'm gonna go with the Hitman because they did more. I would say they did more hits like outside of rap, like they were doing everything.
I'll co-sign that.
Yeah, they were doing the 112s and the Carl Thomases.
What's that ill stat you got? Puffy owned like how much percentage of the Billboard?
Puffy had produced 80% of the.
The Hitman was going nuts.
Like in 97.
Yeah,
and Puff's
so if we gonna go on that, like if we was going just based off of hip hop, then I would probably go obviously on the other end with Just and them. Cause I mean,
but that's why
definitely go with
word up.
Puffing them.
I think you answered this one already. I asked you about rapping or producing. You said rapping.
Yeah.
You would obviously be producing.
Yeah, I'll be producing. Yeah.
Where do the best MCs come from? Queens or Brooklyn?
Brooklyn.
The Bronx.
I like that answer. I'll take that. I will
My
take
man,
that.
that's what's up.
I mean, you know we gonna be biased, but I'm always gonna say Brooklyn. You know.
No doubt, no doubt.
Man,
All right,
you
and last but not least, what's more important to y'all, loyalty or respect?
You know, I'll say loyalty. I respect you, and I'll be loyal to you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
That's like a really tricky one.
Could they be
there.
loyal to you? Or
Nah. You can't be loyal to this. You can't be loyal to someone you don't respect.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so it's
Right?
almost like hand to hand. Yeah, I'll take the loyalty because exactly, you're not gonna be loyal to me if you don't respect me. Basically, that was
You
a
get
good
both
answer,
with
bro.
loyalty.
That was a good answer, bro.
But you could be loyal to someone you don't respect?
No way.
No, you can't be loyal to someone.
How? It don't even make sense.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, I'm trying.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The
That's
words are.
Yeah, that's why you thought. That's why I threw you for a conundrum
Yeah,
like that because it just
Because
didn't
you could be
even make
respected
sense,
by
man.
somebody that is not loyal to you, but you can't be loyal.
Yeah,
to,
exactly.
You can't be loyal to someone
Exactly,
that you don't respect.
Right.
Yeah, because
know
you
what
could
I'm
respect somebody's artistry and you
and
never
not be
met
loyal.
them
And not be loyal to
personally.
them.
Yeah, you know
so
what I'm saying.
I'd rather take the
Yeah,
loyalty.
it's like, yo, that I don't know homeboy, but I just respect what he do. You know what I'm saying,
yeah,
or whatever.
It's a whole
so,
different
That
vibe.
makes sense.
yeah, so
All right, awesome. 10
10 shots,
for
baby.
V.S.O.P.
There we go.
That's what's
Blah
up.
blah blah.
Thank you guys for coming through.
Yes,
we
sir.
appreciate you. We appreciate
Once again, everybody, make sure you go check out the Agoge down on all DSPs. Download that, stream that, share that.
And everything
Videos
else.
coming soon.
Right.
New
Yes,
projects coming soon from both these guys. Y'all got sign offs, my bros.
Know what it is.
Come
LB.
get your Brooklyn Blue.
That's right. Get that Brooklyn
Get your
Blue. That
Brooklyn
shit had us
Blue.
right today.
I'm gonna have to
shout out
collabo
to
with
my
homie and
guy.
try to do like a Bronx Red or something.
Yeah. There you
You know what
go,
I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah,
Like-
for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
Like the
bro.
cover, like the album
Yo,
cover.
Yo,
for,
we might have
for
to
the
set
other
that
one.
up. Yo, I'll take
Yo,
that.
real talk, crisis version. You know what I'm saying with the homie one, and
Yeah,
we
I'll
do
put-
the Bronx
I'll
Red.
make
You
that
know what I'm
meeting
saying?
happen.
I'll drink it.
Word. You know what I'm saying? And we could tap in with all the other boroughs and, you know what I'm saying, do a Queens Green or something like that.
Or Bronx Grimy Green.
Yeah, word up. Something like that, but, you know, red.
Yeah, Queens get
No,
the money.
no,
so you
save
gotta do
green for the
Queens
God
green.
cast.
Now you gotta do green
God
for Queens because Queens get the money, right?
Yeah, word.
No,
right?
no, God cast green.
Yeah, word.
no
but
doubt,
we gotta
bro.
figure that one out. Word.
No
But
doubt,
appreciate
no
y'all for having
Yes.
me,
Yeah,
man.
man,
Having the
Definitely.
bro
Thanks for
one.
having us, man.
Word,
You know what
man.
it is. VS to the OP, LB, MDMA all day. You know how we do, baby. Blood with
My guy, Blood, shout out.
Yo, you already know, big Bludshot checking in, man. And yo, one love to the bros, man. I love when y'all niggas come through because we always
Yeah,
have
nah.
some crazy
We
conversations.
Yo, it's always good energy,
We
man. I
trying to
love
be
being here.
regulars. We trying to be regulars on
We
the
can
show.
sit here for 5 hours.
Because I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
I'm like, yo, these niggas gonna get tired of me. Yo, they're just
Y'all
gonna.
cousins,
That's
you
it.
know,
I'm just
already.
gonna get an honorary seat. That's gonna be like, bro, just
Like
pull
I
up a
said,
recording.
they either gonna get tired of me
Word up.
or they gonna love me because I'm gonna continue to drop projects. And now you're gonna start hearing more of my production of other artists rapping to my beat. So you ain't gonna just hear like my songs. Like even when you least expect it, you're gonna be listening to another artist, and you're gonna hear one of my beats. You know what I'm saying? So
You don't tag your beats,
Oh
right?
shit, that's crisis.
I don't tag my beats. Only time I tag my beats is when I do a collabo, like the joints I did with the homie Big French. We got our tags on those joints. You know what I'm saying? Just so people know, like, you know. But I try not to use tags too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got tags on my BeatStars on the leases because obviously it's the leases or whatever, so it's the tags. But yeah, when I produce for an artist, like you don't need to have my tag. I mean, it's dope for some producers; they got some dope ass tags. But like, I mean, I got a dope tag too. But I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? As long as it says produced by Crisis on the joint.
I'm about to say, real artists gonna give you your credits anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's-
saying? And
that's-
they're gonna shout you out and let it be known that
Yeah,
they
that's
fucking
all
with you
that
and they
matters.
working
Yeah,
with you.
exactly. So that's all that matters
Yeah.
to me. You know what I'm saying? As long as I get my credit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about all the yo, shout out to my guy Crisis and going crazy and posting me crazy and all that. Nothing. Like, just give me my credit and
send the
let's
check.
and let's keep working. Yeah,
Send the points.
but not only that, but you know what I'm saying? Let's keep building and keep working too. Like, you know what
But
I'm saying?
that too.
Yeah.
that's
Word up. Oh no, definitely. You know,
Send that check over. Don't be late with the check, fam.
Nah, definitely. Word up.
Shout out to the brother Crisis. Shout out to the brother OneGotBeats.
Shout out to the
Diego
God
in house.
podcast.
Shout out to the brother F and Straight Fuego Studios. We're gonna fade right out with the love song of the week. I'm taking it back to the 80s with this one. This is Kenny Burke. Rising to the Top has been sampled like 7,000 times.
Yeah.
But it's still my jam. It's still summertime. It's still a vibe. If you're at a barbecue, shout out to you. If you're at the beach, shout out to you.
Chill.
Yeah, the Amber Love Song of the Week. Kenny Burke, Rising to the Top. Brother F.
Let's go.
We out.
It's just classic. This shit is just classic.
That bass
Shit
line,
hit,
though,
yeah.
it slaps.
Everything. Drums, everything.
Yeah. And when this is my shit. This cookout music. Shout out to everybody at the cookout. Shout out to all the ladies. Shout out to all the wives. Shout out to all the daughters. Shout out to all the sisters. Shout out to all the side pieces. Shout out to all the thotties. Shout out to the girls that cook. Shout out to the girls that don't cook. Fuck you. I'm hungry.
Tengo hambre, coño.
Shout out to everybody tuning in on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Make sure you're following at GAHHD_podcast. Make sure you're following at @the_real_V.S.O.P on Twitter. Make sure you're following deadass_worldwide. Make sure you're following at callme_Joseph_. Episode 75 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. Peace. As always, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride. Chin up, chest out, and somebody hit my music.